The marriage of Rama and Sita was solemnized. Janaka, father of Sita, led her dressed in bridal finery and made her sit facing Rama near Agni. Addressing the prince, he said, Raghunandan, may God bless you. I offer you my daughter Sita as your partner to lead a life according to Dharma, writes Valmiki. Please hold her hand in yours and accept her as your wife. She will be a devoted wife, will bring good luck, and will always be your shadow. The ceremony is over. King Dashratha set out on the return journey to Ayodhya, accompanied by his princes, their brides, and the rishis. Armed soldiers protected them. All of a sudden, the marriage party heard birds making frightened sounds. The wild deer ran on their right side. A ferocious dust storm overtook the travelers. The winds blew hard, uprooting several trees. The earth shook as if there was an earthquake. Clouds of dust hid the sun. The entourage lost the sense of direction. Several soldiers fainted. Layers of dust covered the entire marriage party. Looking up, Dashratha noticed the arrival of Parshuram, son of the Rishi Jamdagni and a descendant of Maharishi Bhrigu. He was reputed to have brought hundreds of kings to their knees. He looked ferocious with long unkempt tresses, invincible like the Kailash mountain, and destructive like the fires of doom. Note the similes and metaphors used by Valmiki, a poet in the true sense of the word and the first poet of the world. Parashuram carried a halo that heightened his brilliance. He carried an axe on his shoulder, and in his hands he carried a mammoth, radiant bow. Vasishtha and his other Brahma rishis worried whether Parshuram had come to destroy the Kshatriyas again. This time, a matter of worry. Dashratha and his sons and their forces. Despite this apprehension, Vasishtha and the rishis went ahead and welcomed Parashuram with arghya and polite words. Parshuram acknowledged Vasishtha's welcome but moved forward to stand face to face with Ramchandra. Addressing the prince, he said, O chivalrous Rama, I have heard of your bravery in breaking Shankara's Dhanusha. Your deed is amazing. However, it is a matter of concern for me. I have therefore brought another bow on which you can exercise your muscles. I ask you to stretch a string on this Dhanush and prove your mettle. After you have tried your best on my bow, I shall invite you to a duel worthy of your strength and heroism. Remember, Ram at this time was just a young boy, while Parshuram was a seasoned warrior. Parashurama's words frightened Dashratha, who addressed the Brahmin. Thus, O Brahman, you are an asset to Bhrigu's family. That is a depository of vast knowledge and famous for their determination. You are a great tapaswi in your own right and a Brahma Gyani. I heard that you had decided to follow the path of Dharma and be busy in tapasya in your ashram at Mahendra mountain. How then have you arrived at this moment of joy in our life? Parshuram ignored the king. Continuing his address to Ram, he said, Ram, these two bows were the best ever made in the world. The universe looked at them with awe. Vishwakarma personally made these mighty and sturdy bows. With one of them, Shankara fought the battle of Tripurasura. You broke that one into two. The other one has come to me via Bhagavan Vishnu. I have included in this video paintings made on Rama breaking the bow by different artists. I have also included a glorious idol of Vishnu made in pure gold. Parshuram continued, I was compelled to destroy the Kshatriyas because they had killed my father, Jamadagni, who was meditating defenseless. I have come here after I learnt of the destruction of Shiva's bow. I challenge you to lift my bow and mount an arrow on its taut string. That is your dharma as a Kshatriya. If you are successful, I shall challenge you to a duel. Rama had so far kept quiet out of regard for his father. However, overcoming his restraint, at this point he addressed Parshuram and said, Bhrigunandana, I have heard of the extent to which you have massacred the Kshatriyas in order to avenge the killing of your father. For one father you have killed thousands of Kshatriyas. What sort of a man you are? Following my dharma as a Kshatriya, I have not interrupted you, for you are a revered Brahmin. On the other hand, you are humiliating me, calling me a coward, incompetent and lacking in chivalry. It is time I showed you my might and your place. Without wasting any further words or time, Rama snatched Parshurama's bow and arrow, which had at one time belonged to Vishnu. He lifted the bow, stretched its string and placed an arrow at its center. Rebuking Parshuram, Rama said, As a Brahmin you deserve to be worshipped by me. Therefore I cannot let go of this arrow with your body at its target. I am not going to kill you, he said. I destroy your capabilities to travel unhindered anywhere. As an alternative, I can destroy the celestial lands that you have earned by your tapasya. This arrow, blessed by Vishnu, cannot go waste. Looking at Rama pulling at the bowstring with an arrow pointed towards Parshuram, the latter lost his nerve. Feeling humble in the presence of the prince, who was an avatar of Vishnu, the Brahmin said, I beg you not to destroy my powers to roam freely over the earth. With a speed as fast as that of the mind, I shall move over to the Mahendra mountain. You may destroy the lands which I have conquered. The fact that you could bend this bow proves that you are the indestructible Deveshwara Vishnu come down to earth, who had killed Madhu, the demon. Rama, I wish you well. My defeat at your hands is not a matter of shame for me. I have been vanquished by none other than Hari, the master of the universe. As Parshuram departed, the gloom and darkness that had enveloped the world disappeared. As soon as Parshuram departed, Dashrath embraced Ram with both arms and smelled his forehead in a blessing. The marriage party set out for Ayodhya, where the entire town had been bedecked for receiving the princes and their brides. On the roads of Ayodhya, water had been sprinkled to settle dust and reduce heat. Flowers were scattered at every nook and corner. The citizens were standing to offer garland and other auspicious objects to the newly married couples. They were overjoyed at the turn of events. Leading citizens and Brahmins welcomed Maharaja Dashratha and other members of the marriage party outside the city. Valmiki continues. Riding their royal chariots, the Maharaja, the princes and their wives entered the king's palace that was magnificent as the Himalayas, with its roof touching the sky. The residents of the palace and the queens, Kaushalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi, accorded a warm welcome to Dashratha. I have included paintings showing this reception as well in this video. Among the queens, Kaikeyi, slim of waist, the youngest wife and mother of Bharat, was extremely charming. This ends this episode. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.